Now at 6, 2 U.S. Marines from Camp Pendleton are dead. A third is seriously injured following a vehicle rollover crash in New Mexico. We have the very latest.
And South Bay leaders getting ready to address the cross-border sewage crisis. What's expected to happen today? We'll also tell you what one county supervisor wants Mexico to do about it. And new demands from a judge in the legal battle over a man mistakenly deported.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
All right, happy Wednesday, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at 6 a.m. I'm Chris Groh in for Eric Connor.
And I'm Neda Irampour, and we want to start off your forecast here with meteorologist Evan Narani.
Good morning.
Back. Yay.
Back.
The rain, when's it coming? What's going on?
Looks like it'll be tomorrow. Thank you for holding down the fort while I was gone, Monday, Tuesday.
No problem.
Yes, it has been a little cloudier, a little cooler, so might be able to guess looking outside over the last couple of days that we've got a storm on the way. It's not going to be all that active for us. We've got just a few showers for Thursday and Friday, picking up on likely a tenth, maybe 2/10 of an inch. But to start off your Wednesday here, it's just overcast. We are expecting temperatures to be on the cooler side of average, mid-60s out there along the coast and inland, much cooler for the mountains in the mid-50s. And the deserts, while they are warm in the 80s, they'll be cooling down for Thursday and Friday as well. Question that everyone's asking is, will it be dry for Easter weekend? A lot of people are making outdoor plans, and friends, family coming into town. We'll have an answer for you in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Evan. And now we are following this breaking news out of Lemon Grove, where a homicide investigation is underway. Sheriff's deputies say a man was stabbed and killed in the 7800 block of Broadway. This is about 9 last night.
The man in his 20s died at the hospital. The person who deputies believe stabbed and killed the man is currently detained. If you have any information, you're being asked to call the Sheriff's Homicide Unit. And this morning, we are following a developing story out of New Mexico. According to the Washington Post, 2 U.S. Marines from Camp Pendleton were killed and a third seriously injured in a rollover crash here in New Mexico. This is a small border town west of El Paso. According to U.S. officials, the troops were conducting a reconnaissance mission as part of the Trump administration's effort to tighten control over the southern border.
These are the first known military deaths tied to President Trump's expanded border mission. We'll continue to bring you updates as soon as we get more information. Later this morning, South Bay leaders will gather in Imperial Beach to introduce a new resolution that addresses the cross-border sewage crisis.
It comes as people living in IB continue to deal with a foul stench in the air, the water itself. CBS 8's Regina Yarita live at the pier with more on what local leaders want Mexico to do. Regina?
That's right. Good morning, guys. And that press conference will be taking place around 9 a.m. this morning. We'll hear from South Bay leaders who will introduce a potential resolution to address the sewage crisis still happening here in Imperial Beach. Now, the 2 council members that are leading this is Councilmember Mitch McKay along with Councilman Jack Fisher. They say it's time to do more than just ask for more funding, and that means holding everyone on both sides of the border accountable and to the same standard. Now, we continue to see the issues here. Millions of gallons of raw, untreated sewage water coming into the Tijuana River. Leaders say it has created an international crisis and a significant health hazard for communities like Imperial Beach and Coronado. This press conference comes as San Diego County Supervisor Jim Desmond argued that he's talked to representatives in Washington, D.C. about including the sewage crisis in a potential tariff deal with Mexico, possibly restricting border crossings to put pressure on Mexico to stop dumping sewage. So take a listen to what some residents are still saying about the impacts they're suffering.
Smell it at my house, and I live 10 minutes, and that's how far the smell is really bad. It just seems to me that it doesn't take rocket scientists to figure this out.
And Supervisor Desmond also says that EPA Director Lee Zeldin will visit the Tijuana River in the next coming week or two. But as far as today, that press conference is expected to take place at 9 a.m. We'll hear more from South Bay leaders as soon as that press conference starts. For now, I'll send it back to you.
Regina, thank you very much for the update on that and staying on top of the story. Later this afternoon, San Diego County Supervisor, Acting Chair Tara Lawson-Remer, set to deliver the State of the County address. Lawson-Remer says she will outline a local battle plan in response to what she calls a national crisis of governance at the federal government. Lawson-Remer will deliver the address at the San Diego Natural History Museum at 6 p.m. Doors will open at 5:15. Right now, the County Board of Supervisors is split 2-2 between Republicans and Democrats. Last week, South Bay voters picked Chula Vista Mayor John McCann and Imperial Beach Mayor Paloma Aguirre in a primary to fill the vacant first supervisorial district. The race will be decided in July. Right now, a total of 3 votes are required to pass any item through the Board of Supervisors. This morning, we're getting a first look at San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria's proposed budget for the coming fiscal year. While critical services like police and fire would see more funding, significant cuts could be coming to citywide libraries, recreation centers, and some homelessness services. This includes city libraries being closed on Sundays and Mondays, hours for rec centers being reduced by more than 30%, and the possible closure of the Rosecrans shelter, which now serves 150 San Diegans who are homeless.
Hopeful that everyone can figure it out together, and that we won't have to close our doors.
These proposed budget cuts by the mayor would also mean the elimination of 247 city jobs. While some of those spots are already vacant, they would not be filled. About 160 current employees would either be laid off or transferred to other positions in the city.
And today, San Diego nurses and veterans are expected to hold a rally against the proposed Department of Veteran Affairs staffing cuts. This comes as the Trump administration is planning on cutting more than 80,000 jobs at the VA in an effort to cut costs. According to a 2024 report from the Inspector General, 82% of facilities are already dealing with a severe nurse shortage. The nurse union says proposed cuts will increase service delays and compromise patient care. The rally is set to start at 11:30 a.m. at the VA Medical Center off La Jolla Village Drive. And this morning, we're learning that surfing at the 2028 Olympic Games will take place at Trestles Beach in San Clemente, just north of San Diego County. With ideal waves and a stunning coastal backdrop, Trestles Beach is a longtime favorite for pro competitions, and it's popular with local surfers because it's so close to many San Diego surf communities. This is a look at some of the big wave surfers caught at the World Surf League Championship back in 2021. The choice puts Southern California, including areas near San Diego, in the global spotlight as the Olympics get closer and closer.
Oh, Trestles. So that means
Yeah.
a lot of North County businesses, hotels
Yeah.
will be benefiting. That's pretty incredible.
I have
Very
heard
close to us.
some people point out Surftown USA, Huntington Beach,
Right, oh, yeah.
that maybe that could have been the choice, but I think the Olympics are always sort of looking for maybe future forecast and where the best waves are going to be historically and so forth.
Trestles is a good
Oklahoma
spot. It's
City going to
closer
be
to San
hosting,
Diego.
yeah, which is good for us.
Yes.
And then Oklahoma City going to be hosting the softball championship. So
kinda
weird. Yeah, okay.
That's
I feel
kind of
like
far.
we could have done that. I don't know. Like there are a lot of options in Southern
We
California
have
for that.
fields here.
Dodger Stadium.
Right? Yeah, interesting.
Probably not the same dimensions, but we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I gotta play softball.
They must have
Oh,
some
any
like
day.
incredible
Well,
softball
It is
field in
LA's
Oklahoma City.
Olympics, guys.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the forecast. It was yesterday. I was out by the beach, and there were a ton of surfers out in the water in Ocean Beach. Beautiful morning, overcast skies, very similar to what we have this morning. Temperatures are not only chilly right now in the mid-50s, but we're only going to make it to the mid-60s by the afternoon. That's keeping temperatures on the cooler side of average by a few degrees. If you want a more noticeable cooler than average trend, you're going to have to head out to the mountains at 57, feeling like spring and early spring at that, as temperatures trend about 10 to 20 degrees cooler than average, especially by tomorrow, where that high is going to be around 50 degrees flat. Warmer for our deserts, but what the deserts are going to be working with, as well as the mountains, is that onshore breeze. So both our wind gusts and sustained speeds are going to be climbing up to the 20 and 30 mile per hour range on your gust side of things. Sustained speeds going from 11 miles per hour up to 19, with onshore flow staying pretty prevalent as we head through the rest of the day. Take a look at your forecast highs: 66 for Santee and El Cajon, 64 for La Mesa, 60 for PB and La Jolla. We are going to spend quite a bit of time this morning with the cloud cover, very similar to yesterday. We did see the afternoon sunshine, especially as you made your way out east, but it took some time even along the coast and even out east for us to see it. Fallbrook looking at a high of 62 along with San Marcos, 64 for RB, 64 for Poway, and 62 for Ramona. The mountains and deserts are also on the cooler side of things, but I will say the deserts, while in the 80s for now, going to be back down to the 70s by the time we get into tomorrow and Friday. That's because we've got this trough of low pressure on the way. We're expecting about 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch to come down mainly through the morning and evening on Thursday. So tomorrow, a wet start to the day, morning commute perhaps, evening commute as well. And then for Friday, a few remaining showers in the morning that will taper off by the afternoon. That means that as we get towards Saturday and Sunday, your temperatures are going to be warming up. You can see that climb in temperatures and the clearing of skies for both Saturday and for Sunday. 73 is that afternoon high as we get into Sunday afternoon. So it's going to be quite warm out there, and it's also likely to bring us quite a bit of sunshine. So that means that your Easter weekend is likely to be dry out there. Conditions outside right now mostly in the 50s, 56 in Carlsbad, 57 in National City, 54 in Santee. Let's check in on traffic right now. We're looking good on the roads. We haven't seen any crashes really popping up this morning. So things are very, very quiet out there. Road weather index showing a bit of fog possible out toward the western slopes of the mountains. We'll zoom in on Coronado because things are a little bit slow out there. Down to 14 miles per hour across the Coronado Bridge, 6 miles per hour. So single digit speeds as you get into North Island. So expect some delays in that area, typical for this time of the morning. Let's check in on your border wait times, where it is a 130-minute wait over 2 hours at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry, you should be able to get across quite a decent amount of time quicker, 60 minutes, just 1 hour to get across the Otay Mesa Port of Entry.